Google Tasks is an application that functions as a basic list maker. It's quite simple, but simple might be just what you're looking for. So let's check it out. When you're in your Gmail, you can always find tasks on the right side of where you look at your mail. It's represented by the small blue icon. And if I click here, it will bring up a side menu and invite me to make a task list. And so I can add a task. Let's say today I need to buy groceries because I need to bake some cookies. Okay, so I can just click enter and then it will keep adding to my list. So I'm going to put bake cookies and I can actually make this a little more detailed. If I click on this pencil, I can go into the details. I can add a description of perhaps the ingredients I need to get. If I add a date and time, and this is important, um, then I could set the time right here, but I'm just going to choose today's date and say, okay. Once I do that, then I know that I can go to my calendar and actually see that event. So I chose today's date, but if I were making a list where I needed to remember to bake cookies on a certain date, then I could go to my calendar, which is right here, and you can see that on the 12th, um, it has appeared here now, my task. And the reason it did is because I attached a date to it. Also, in my calendar, over here on the left on your calendar menu, you have to make sure you have a check mark in this little box by tasks. Otherwise, your tasks, even if you give them a date and time, will not show up on your calendar. Going back to my email. So notice here, I can actually make more than one task list. So if I were working on, a project, I could add another task list. I can also add subtasks. So you can make this as detailed as you like, but it also can function as a very simple tool. The last thing I want to show you, and the reason I have this email open, is because you can make any email into a task quite easily. So this is my colleague email. I have my colleague Emily, excuse me. I have asked her what size t-shirt she needs because she just passed the Google level 1 certification test. And so I need to remember to get this t-shirt for Emily. So if I want to make this a task, I can simply, as I have this email open, I can go up here and hover over this icon that says add to tasks. And once I do that, it will add that to my task list. So now when I look at my task list, it brings in t-shirt and it calls it whatever the email was called. And notice it gives me even a link to the email itself. And so once I click on that, it will take me right back to that email. That is super convenient. And so if you don't use tasks for any other reason, that would be a good one. Notice I have the edit pin, so I can go in and add details to that as well. And so, as you can see, tasks aren't complicated, but they can be quite useful.